He'd barely opened his eyes when Jenny was at his side. "You really awake this time?" Her slender hand rested on his forehead, and Karl recognized the feel of her bed. "Maybe," the wulfen groaned. The bedside lamp made his eyes water, forcing them closed. "How long?" Pain surged, cutting him off. Recovering from silver poisoning took time and was never easy. "Only a day." He tried to get up after a few hours, but fell down. Jenny traced his jaw. "I've got orange juice if you're staying up." Karl's head throbbed, his wounds stiff and achy. Reopening his eyes didn't hurt, so he sat up. Jenny supported him through a brief moment of vertigo. Once he was stable, she offered him a glass. He chugged the pulpy juice, grateful for a considerate lover. Sweet and kind-hearted, she couldn't hurt a fly. She'd accepted the beast that he was, even growing curious about his nature. Jenny gave him hope that humanity wasn't a bad race. "I'm sorry about showing up like this," he said, handing her the empty glass. Karl was naked under her yellow sheets, his wounds wrapped in cotton bandages. She'd managed him all alone, the petite woman somehow getting him cleaned and undressed. "No problem." She kissed his forehead, rising. "Let me get you some more juice, and you tell me what happened." Her hips swayed as she left the room. Jenny lived in a small house, easy enough for his voice to carry to the kitchen. "The clan was attacked. Everyone is gone." Karl suddenly needed to pee and slowly rose from the bed. "I'm tracking their killers." Keeping a hand on the wall, he made his shaky way to the bathroom. Family photos hung on every wall of the bedroom, and the wulfen looked at them to distract from the pain. Jenny with grandparents, as a child, at a park. Her dead parents, her cousins, her older sister. Just before he entered the bathroom, a photo of her as a teen with several teen boys caught his attention. She wore pigtails, grinning as she knelt beside a young buck. The youths around her had guns and knives, proud of their first kill. Touching her shoulder was a young magazine. He was huge even in his youth, imposing and muscular. "It'll be easier if you don't fight," Jenny said, leveling a hunting rifle at his chest. Karl's heart raced, legs trembling. He stared at the rifle, too stunned to comprehend what was going on. Jenny kept her distance, gun braced expertly at her shoulder. "I'm actually glad you didn't die with the others," she taunted. What? This had to be a nightmare. His sweet Jenny couldn't be aiming a gun at him. She couldn't have known about the attack, couldn't be so callous about such a loss of life. "Now we can use you to find the rest of your kind." She gestured to the bed with a jerk of her head. "Just settle back in, why don't you?" She meant it. Jenny was involved with the slaughter. Karl's heart broke. His darling lover was as vicious as the men he'd destroyed. Her betrayal was worse, because she'd just been taking care of him so kindly. The woman would need to die. Karl growled, crooking his fingers. The change was coming slowly, more painful because of his recent poisoning. Jenny knew what was happening. She fired without taking the time to aim. Karl dodged, the silver slug cutting his shoulder. Snarling in pain, the wulfen lunged at the woman, claws sprouting. She fired again as he tackled her. The bullet punched through his chest, and claws sank into her sides. Blood splattered as they went down in a tangle of limbs, cries of pain coming from the pair. Karl hurt, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Jenny bit him, biting any way she could. The silver burned an already traumatized system. He couldn't comprehend how his lover had hid her evil nature, and most of all, he couldn't understand her betrayal. Over and over, it came to that. Hadn't they been in love? Hadn't he risked the anger of his clan? Hadn't he made her happy? Jenny jabbed a thumb into his eye. Karl snarled, jaws elongated, and bit deeply into her face. She screamed. Blood gushed, bone cracked, then she screamed no more. Slumping to his side, Karl had no fight left in him. Without his clan, there was nothing worth fighting for. Darkness claimed him. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, share with others. Social media links are below in the description. See you next time.